and don't give it away. How would you give away your opportunity for education? How do we give that power away to somebody else? Any thoughts, any ideas? Anybody ever broke up in a relationship and said, I'm going to leave my education behind? You're giving your power away. You're going to give it away because your relationship broke up. And it happens all, it's like we kind of chuckle, but it's like, be real. How often have you heard about that happening? So let's not do that. Let's hold on to that education, because there are tribes and communities and organizations that are waiting for you. They're waiting for the knowledge and skills and talent that you possess, and that unique perspective that you have that can help them build capacity in a whole range of programs. They're waiting for you, and they've been waiting for you. They need you. And that's what we're here, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to build capacity. We're trying to build capacity in our tribes and communities. And let's say that you decide, I'm not going to work in a tribal organization. That's fine, because we need to do a lot of educating about who we are, about the unique perspective that we bring to a whole lot of things, so that we can make the kind of changes that we need in a time where environmental damage to the globe is rapidly increasing. You've got inequity across, many indicators. We've got pressing issues in a lot of our communities, contamination of water. We've got soaring rates of preventable diseases in our communities. Just, violence and abuse that's unprecedented. We need help. We need people to work in courts. We need people to work in political systems. We need people to go to D.C. to lobby at the state level, to lobby for the interests of tribal people. That's what this education represents. And it was paid for, as I had students several years ago that engaged in a research project. What they did was looked at over 200 treaties to see what the treaties said about education and whether they said anything about education. What we have now is because of the rights that our relatives, our ancestors fought and paid for. And so, it's like I'm simply asking you, don't give away that opportunity. Don't throw away that opportunity. Treasure it. Value it. Do something with it. Be a part of positive change. And all of you are at a point in your lives where you get to make the decisions about how you're going to live your life and what you're going to do with your life. And I can remember, it's like over the course of my education, there were points in time where I just got really discouraged. This is just too dang hard. I can't do this. I'm having a hard time living on what it is that I'm receiving with financial aid. All of the things that we struggle with as students who are in school. And you all take a vow of poverty. If you're going to go back to school, you got to be willing to take that vow of poverty, because you're going to be poor and you're going to struggle. But the payoff in the long run is going to be worth it for you. So I encourage you just to hang in there with it, so that you can continue with what it is that you want to accomplish. So, those were some of my kind of thoughts and ponderings as I was thinking about this presentation. And, I had a totally different written presentation, but didn't want to put you guys to sleep either. So I said, well, let me be a little bit more spontaneous here and do a slightly different approach. We have a lot of work to do here at Haskell. We need all of our, whether you're an employee, a student, staff, faculty. We've got some pressing issues ahead of us. And you have the opportunity at multiple levels to be involved in the work and the changes that we have to begin making as we look out into the future. We have to begin, doing some things differently in order to be prepared for changing economic kinds of situations. We've got an accreditation visit coming up in April of 2015. I'm going to challenge you guys because I happened to see here just recently this amazing video that was done by the students at SIPI as they were preparing for their accreditation visit. It's on YouTube and it's called SIPI Rising, all done by students who supported their school. So maybe some of you that have that creative energy can be thinking about, what does this school mean to you? And be involved in, whether it's assessment, all of the student activities that we have here on campus. All of the research that, about student experiences says that students who are engaged in clubs, organizations, activities, are getting to know their peers, are more likely to succeed and graduate than those that are disconnected and not involved. So I'm encouraging you to get involved with student organizations, whatever. For those of you that are going on to graduate school, one of the things that you're going to get points on is involvement in student governance and organizations. So unless you're one of those really wealthy tribes like the Potawatomi, and you might need some financial aid, get involved. This is kind of your training ground to do the kind of work that you want to do. Even if you're not going to go to graduate school, you start building that into your resume. All of the things that you've been involved with here, it makes a difference. It really does. So I'm going to encourage you to do those kinds of things. And couple of other thoughts. Probably the other thing I'm going to close with, and I could probably just kind of keep on talking, but I'm going to begin to wrap up. Sometimes people think that you reach this point and with education, you're going to reach this time of kind of peaches and cream, no more drama, no more trauma in your families, in your communities, and in your organizations. I just want to leave with letting you know that, you don't inherit a magic wand when you walk across the stage. You're not going to get a Superman cape or a Superwoman cape, when you walk across the stage having graduated. But perhaps one of the most important things that you're going to get from this educational experience, and any place you go for an education, you're going to start understanding things in different kinds of ways. And you're going to start understanding that it's your choice now how you're going to proceed from this point forward. You get to start determining and dreaming about what is your family going to look like when you get to that point. What are the priorities that you're going to have for yourself and your long-term goals? And the whole idea of education is to begin kind of exploding any myths that you have and giving you other information to consider as you move forward in your life. It's really that aha, eye-opening, I didn't realize this, that, or the other. And too often, you know, it's like we come to education kind of with this kind of much narrower view. So as we start out this semester, brand new year, we're getting ready to celebrate our 130 years of providing education to tribal students. And man, have we made a big transition from where we started and where we're at now. The story of resilience, not only of Haskell, but of tribal people, is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to encourage you as we work towards September, and is it the 17th? What's the date for our opening? Was it September 17th? So we'll get you the date. We're going to begin a series of celebrations in the coming year for that 130-year anniversary. We've got some new initiatives that are going to be launched and multiple changes within our university as we head forward. So that's just kind of a bird's eye view, I guess, of some of the work that's going to occur over the coming year. So at this point in time, I'm thrilled, I'm excited. It's great to see everybody here. I don't think I, just kind of looking real quick, I don't see anybody sleeping, so I guess that's a good sign. But, you know, I'm looking forward to working with your student senate, with our faculty senate, and this is the, sorry. Awesome, Rocky. Just incredible changes are going to be occurring on multiple levels. So thank you for choosing Haskell. When you think about our song, and I don't know if we're going to sing it this time, but I think about it all the time. You know, it's like onward Haskell, onward Haskell. This is our war cry. Keep the good old name before you, never let it die. You know, and you think about that song and when it was being authored, it was at the point when they were starting to be permitted to embrace who they were as tribal people. So when you think about it in the context in which it was occurring, onward Haskell, we got to keep this school moving forward. I'm not a messiah. I'm not going to be able to do it by myself, but I am inviting everybody to walk with me, to help me, to ensure that we keep the good old school before us and never let it die. Onward Haskell. Thank you.